I'm going to tell you a story that is super exciting for me, but I know that if you love animals and wildlife, I know that it will be such an experience for you as well, because I've never been so close to owls before, and they are beautiful and majestic and incredible. So just a quick summary of how this even came about is, if you know me, you know how much I love animals and wildlife and nature, and that's the biggest part of the game of golf for me. I love hitting great shots, and I love teaching it. Technical and natural aspect of the golf swing. What I love are animals and wildlife on the golf course and in nature. And so this story is so cool. This is how it came about. And it blends beautifully with everything. So if you come to the Jun's Golf website, or the, what do you call it? The YouTube channel, it can be confusing at times, because it's like, wait a minute, I came to see golf. Why are there golf videos, but also snorkeling and freediving and painting and artwork, animals and things like that? And it's just like, that's what encapsulates Jun's Golf. It's all springs from the game, the beauty of nature and animals and things like that. So yeah, I mean, when I paint and do artwork, it's all about experiences I've had, the feelings I have. I love having this extra way of sharing through writing and voicing things, and also doing artwork. So this has come full circle. And this painting was something that happened in my early stages of painting. And I never really learned how to paint birds and things like that, but after having this experience that I've had, it just comes out. And I painted this owl from this story that I'm going to tell you. And this is a short that I'm going to post today of geese, and I love geese. You see them all out on the golf course. In this video that I'm going to share with you, you're going to see a lot of geese, and I love it. It's beautiful, and that's why I painted this in that 1-minute short that you're going to see that I've been posting. They're always like plants and flowers that I've walked by and have admired, and then birds. If you see animals in the future, it's because of the animals that I've come across and experienced. So it's real genuine experiences and feelings, emotions. And so this is the owl, one of the owls that I've met and connected with, but then you're going to see other ones today. So yeah, I'm excited to share. It literally encapsulates all these videos, so that you're not like, where's, you know, if you're just here to see golf, it's not about that. It's like, that's part of it. That's a beautiful part of it. But this is what is the most important part. This happened 4 years ago. Ironically, I've been wanting to do this video, but lately, the last day or two, I'm like, I'm going to do this video. I'm like, I'm going to do this video and put it together. It happened before our move, our big move, so it just kind of got lost in the pace of life, and it's so overdue. I actually owe it to Lee and Valerie, and you're going to see them in the video, to do this video, to show what they do and what they have shared the experience with me. But this all happened 4 years ago to this day. Like, it was so ironic. I actually emailed Lee to ask some questions, and he sent me an email exchange, and I looked at the date and I was like, what? So it was 4 years ago today, and I'm literally like, whoa, that's bizarre, because yeah. Anyways, a lot of weird things happened during that time too. So it was like the week leading up to releasing so many birds. While teaching, I admire wildlife. So it's just beyond birds too. But one day I was getting golf balls, and the ball machine, you know, it's loud when the golf balls are dropping. So in between that sound, I heard a different sound. I was like, what is that tapping, clicking sound? And so I went behind the ball machine and I heard it again, and I realized there's birds in there. And I'm like, ooh. And there's a tarp that's covering, so there was like a little hole there, but I was like, you know what, there's birds in there, there's something in there. And so I was thinking about it between lessons, checking on it. I ran into Lee, who takes care of the birds on not only the golf course that I was teaching, but all around in the area. He'll put bird houses on the trees and stuff, and then he'll come and take them down and look at them and video them and photo them and have a newsletter where he shares his experience. And in the sea of golfers at the golf course, whenever I would see him, I'd spot him from a distance. He would wear this like safari hat kind of, you know, helmet and his cargo pants. And yeah, in the sea of polo shirts and golfers out there, I would spot him. And I'm like, that's a guy I want to talk to. I want to get to know. I want to see what he's doing. I want to look into the birdhouses. And one time he did. He was right there. That's the only time I ever like interrupt a lesson is when it comes to wildlife and animals and stuff. So I'm like, can I see what's in there? And he's like, yeah. And he showed, and there were just these baby birds in there. It was beautiful. He would always stand out, even though like he would blend in with nature. And he's just, you know, a beautiful man that I would just like, oh man, I want to get to know him or see what he's doing. As I got to know him and I learned certain things, it was funny, like there's sometimes where there's a bird and I'm like, what kind of bird is that? And he would chuckle. There was one where the name was literally how it looked. So it was like white-winged blackbird or something like that. And I'm like, that's hilarious. And, but this time I was like, man, the weather's hot. It was like 90 to 100 or over degrees. And I'm like, there's a tarp over there and there's must be birds or something. And so he was at the parking lot and I'm like, wow, I'm gonna tell him. And so it was just perfect timing. And so I told him, we had this email exchange and he sent me photos of the owlets. It was wonderful. So he was concerned too because the tarp was there, and I completely understand. So it's like I see the full circle of things. So I get it. Like it was up there because they're trying to prevent the owls to come in because they have droppings and stuff, so it can get messy. But I noticed that there was this little hole there, and it was stapled up. And I'm like, whoa, you know, they're not getting a lot of ventilation. And he mentioned that as well. So I love the compassion. Sent me a photo and he's like, there's 4 of them in there. And so we were like checking on these owls. And this was happening all in a matter of a day or two. During that time, I noticed something looking at me. So I looked up and it was the mother owl. And I had this sense of like, this is what I love about wildlife, where when they connect, you feel like they see right through you. Like it doesn't matter if you smile or not smile. It doesn't matter if you're trying to be nice or you're trying to be mean, or what you're wearing, if it's approved by people, or what you're doing, that everyone loves you or they don't. It doesn't matter. they see right through all that. It doesn't matter. That's how I feel when I'm with wildlife. And with this owl especially, like, it was like she was just seeing right through me. And I could feel her, that she was appreciative that I acknowledged her and the predicament she's in. But I also felt like she wanted help. Like, can you please help? And I felt it with the weather and everything being excruciatingly hot for some reason that time. It was just really hot and humid kind of heat. And so I'm like, man, it's got to be hot in there. And so I had one of the workers take it down, and he was so gracious. He's like, you want it down? I was like, yeah. You know what? We get in trouble, tell them it's me and it's my fault. And, but I'll risk getting in trouble for this, but that needs to come down. And so he took the tarp and went boom, and it just it just felt so good, like, ah, you know, that feeling, like, ah.
Oh yeah.
It was like, oh, they have that freedom now to, you know, get some air and even fly out if the owlets want to explore. And so I told Lee in the email exchange, and he's like, oh, that's so good, that's great. And he said, you know, when you look at the owl, like his experience in their dark eyes, it's like they see through to your soul. And I was like, yes, that's what I feel. And it just felt good to not only connect with the owl, but connect with somebody that has been with birds and have taken care of them and monitored them for 25 years. And where I'm excited about sharing this is there are these volunteers like him, and you're going to see Valerie in this video, and Michael. They volunteer to take care of these birds and owlets, people that we don't really see how much they are doing for the environment and the ecosystem. You know, it's beautiful. We don't often see, especially as golfers, like we're busy beating golf balls and playing, and we're in our game, but there's this whole other thing, and that's part of teaching. Like when I was there with each and every lesson, everybody walked away with how much I love animals, how much I stop the lesson and go, oh my gosh, check that out, or look at that bird, or look at that, the clouds, you know, because that's, to me, the most important thing. There's so much you can learn from nature and animals. They're so authentic. It's beautiful. If you look at the golf course itself, what I noticed while teaching is for a month you'll see a certain kind of bird. It would just like fast, they'll be swooping along and things like that. And then another month you'll see a different kind of bird. And at the same time you'll see different kind of insects and different kind of flying insects. And so I noticed when there were these little flies that actually feel like they're biting you. It's just annoying, little itchy, and they're everywhere. Well, during that time I noticed while teaching, I'm like, those fast birds, they just, see, I don't know names, so I just observe them, and they just swoop around all around us, and we could all be thinking, oh, well, these birds are annoying, but they're eating these insects. And then when they're gone, those kind of insects, another kind of insects come through. It's like the seasons change. And then another type of bird comes by, much slower because it's a slower moving insect that I've noticed. And so there was this ebb and flow of birds and wildlife. And I learned through Lee also is the insects and rodents, the owls, you know, to eat the rodents and things like that, and other wildlife, the coyotes, they come and hunt, and I watch them, and the cranes, and it's really this beautiful thing that can happen on a golf course, and they don't have to use pesticides as much because it's all like all these birds are being taken care of, and they get to be in a safe environment with not a lot of traffic and stuff, all this land and trees, and then they get to be taking care of the insects, so you don't need a lot of pesticides, and then the golfers get to experience a nice golf course, because there are certain golf courses, there's like, you go to this golf course and there's just mosquitoes everywhere and you can't play because they're just biting you. What I love about this is there's a balance, because we as human beings want to expand, and we should expand. But also the animals and wildlife need to have a place to live and grow. And in this dynamic, it works. It works. It was beautiful. That particular week, leading to what's about to happen, that I'm going to share the videos, but that particular week, oh my gosh, like so many birds were released. One of the guys showed me the birds that were in a helmet against the wall, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh my God. So are you gonna, can you just leave it there?
Yeah, I've just been.
Then there was a nest by the door, and then the owls. So that whole week, so many birds have been released and freed. And so I even asked the guy, I was like, you know, maybe we should release those birds that are in the helmet, because maybe they can't get out. They're being fed to go in, but they don't know how to get out to fly. And so he kind of showed me the birds, and then they all just flew out.
Yeah, there's some right here.
Okay.
Oh. That one's ready. Is that a little one? Yeah. Oh. Should I just leave them to go?
Maybe they couldn't get. One got stuck in there, and he was so nice. Like, he went and grabbed it and then released it. And I'm like, gosh, this is just a beautiful experience. And I asked Lee, like, I sent him photos of them before they flew off. And he goes, oh, those are probably house finches. They build nests anywhere, and they really do. So that's something to consider when you're opening sheds and doors and things like that, to be careful to see if there are any birds, baby birds in there, or a nest in there. So Lee kept checking, and I didn't get in trouble. The tarp was down, but he was checking, and he was excited too, because the owls flew out and came back. So it was kind of this like safe zone as they were growing and learning to hunt and fly with their mother, that they could come back to a safe home, and then when they're ready, they can just take off. Can you see how excited I am? And you're gonna see in this video. So let me talk about this video. You're gonna see how giddy I am. I mean, I wanted to jump out of my skin, because it was just so exciting. And there's this one scene where I look in the box, and I can see the head, the top part of the owl. It was like swiveling his head this way, you know, it was like so cute. And I could see from above, and it was just beautiful. During that bird freeing, releasing experience at the golf course, Lee had invited me to a releasing of 3 owlets. And he asked if I wanted to be part of it, and I was like, yeah. And Valerie actually took care of them all three. What I found out is if you can't put them with another older owl to take care of them, then you have to, which she did, feed them, teach them to hunt, and be able to prepare them to live out in the wild. So she did that and has done many of rescuing of owls, and Lee has been a part of all that as well. What's perfect about the whole experience is the golf course had rodent problems, and what a great place for the owls to live and take care of that issue. What I also want to share is this video that was made 4 years ago is so well done. Like, I want to thank Adam, my husband, for videoing this, and also how he captured it, because when they get released, there's 3 of them. So to follow the 3 to where they land, and to also get our expression is like, wow. So Adam, you did an incredible job. You always do, and it's beautiful that we can share this with the world. So thank you.
They normally fly out and hunt at dusk. That's because they're and but they are predated by great horned owls. So these guys have to learn when the great horned owls are out and about and not come out then.
Oh. What do you got there?
Ow. This is amazing.
Wow.
Run these guys out of there for now. Yeah, right. I love this spot anyway.
This is beautiful. Oh, they're so furry.
Who takes fire over you, geese?
Oh, look it.
Right off, just past that tee, just going, because they're going to fly back to the sun, right?
They go off in every direction. You never know which way they're going to go.
Yeah.
I always think we got 3 of them that fly together, right? Wrong.
Do they end up together at some
I
point?
have no idea.
We release them when we have
You do.
Really apart in a tree somewhere.
Do you release them all at the same time? Or is it one by one?
Sure, well that way maybe they'll find each other if they go off. But they usually don't go off in the same way. But with this many people, we can send them all off together.
Oh, it's so beautiful here.
I always bring my gloves along because I've had some, not barn owls, but I've had great horned owls not go. Go down to the ground.
Is that right?
Uh-huh.
So you pick them up?
Yeah, stick them back in the box. Say,
Right
whoops,
over.
too soon. This is about not quite that close.
Huh? Want to
Maybe
farther
back
back?
over here.
They might go with the wind. They might go that way.
Yeah, I was just trying to get them so they don't, if they turn, then it goes straight into the pond.
It's kind of interesting. We've never done it. Well, we have done it with the lake, but there's been trees on either side, so we could go.
We haven't
They
been
don't try. They don't try to go over the lake.
Want to go down?
I'll take one out. It keeps falling off. Come on. This has got.
Notice the thick gloves.
Yeah, they're welder's gloves, and they're really thick. I couldn't get a hold of it.
I got thinner ones if you want those.
Should I video? Like,
Oh, you're gonna.
no.
too sleepy? What's the matter? Huh? What's the matter? What's your legs?
Oh my
By
God.
the legs. That's
That's a female.
Yep. They're all female.
Look at that.
This one's the darkest of the females.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. So we can tell the difference between the males and the females to some extent. Females have the dusky on the face. The males are all white
Is that
on there,
right?
and they have this little heart-shaped thing. These feathers right on the sides right here that she's biting. The feathers is sort of dark outlining around that
Yes.
disc on her face.
Yeah.
Those are really stiff, and that it works like a focal thing. It focuses sound,
Wow.
like a dish that they use for searching for things in the hemisphere, for stars and stuff.
That is
It
incredible.
focuses the sound into their ears.
Oh my goodness. That is just magical.
Okay.
Right? All right. Anytime.
We're gonna release all three at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay, June, you want to get a box here, and we're gonna let them go that way?
That way.
This way, okay. So, what you'll do is you'll open the box, and then just tip it. And they
No, you gotta have to find out where the head is first. Can you do that, Lee? You gotta peek in the in the edge before you open it, and they have to be facing out. Facing that way. Okay, so she's ready to go. Get the other one. You can do that one, Lee. Okay.
What's that almost? Okay, I'm checking which way it's supposed to go.
Okay, so and it may not fly out right away, so you have to flip the box, the back end, flip that back end up, and get them out.
Okay.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. Get them to go out. Gotta flip them. Come on, guys.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, guy, go that way. Oh, now we can see him up there. Up.
All right,
Where I
we
am,
did it
but-
again.
Figure it out. Okay.
All right.
Oh my goodness. That was an incredible experience. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank
sure.
you. What I love about this is there are people like Valerie, like Lee, like Michael that volunteer their life and time and energy to create this beautiful balance. What I love about this whole thing is it's a complete ecosystem within a system. We humans, we have our activities, we have our life, we want to expand. And then animals that need that freedom to explore and expand themselves, like their life. And it's not that we should choose one over another, but there is that bridge that we can balance and can work together. These animals, they can't just speak to us, they don't speak our language, but we can communicate in some way and to help them when they are in need. And I felt that with that mother owl, like, man. And also the gratitude, that connection. So they do that and they have done that, and so it's beautiful. And I'm so glad that I can share this experience, because this is what they have done for so many years. I love this part where Lee looks out and he sees the owls being released, and then how he just, in his subtle way, packs up the boxes, nonchalant way that he has, that holds so much compassion and love. Yeah, these people and these animals and this experience, I will never forget. It's so memorable. I hope you enjoyed this experience. Peace.